In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, Mr. Y.P. Trivedi, the chief guest of the evening, Mr. Rashmi Bhai Zaveri, Dr. Zakir Naik, Mr. Chaman Bhai Vora, Mr. Dhanraj Salecha, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. May peace be on you. On behalf of the organizers, the Indian Vegetarian Congress, the Islamic Research Foundation, and the Rushdie Foundation, I welcome all of you today to this morning's unique program, a public dialogue on the topic, is non-vegetarian food permitted or prohibited for a human being? It is being held in a spirit of friendship and understanding each other's viewpoints. I, Dr. Mohammed Naik, am the coordinator for this dialogue. Hence, I occupy a neutral position. It is my onerous duty to ensure a fair and proper conduct of this meeting. Therefore, I would request both our speakers as well as the audience to maintain due decorum for a healthy and lively debate, as well as a dialogue. Now we would have the past president of the Indian Vegetarian Congress, Mr. Jayantilal R. Doshi, welcoming and introducing the chief guest of the evening, Mr. Y.P. Trivedi. Mr. Jayantilal Doshi.
Mr. Y.P. Trivedi, he is a very senior advocate in Supreme Court of India and leading tax expert of Mumbai. His activity in economics field inside ex-president of Indian Mercantile Chambers and active members of chairman of many other institute, trade and industrial body. In professional field, he was president of Chambers of IT Consultant and vice president of IT Tribunal and Bar Association. In political field, he is traders of Maha Pradesh Congress Committee, BRCC. He is also chairman and director of many public limited company, Reliance and Dana Bank. In education field, he was location of master's degree in Lower and Bombay University. He regularly continues articles of various in different papers and journalists. He has addressed a member of senior and meeting of Rotary, Lions Club, etc. and Air India and Doordarshan, etc. Thank you.
Now we have Mr. Dhanraj Salecha, President of the Rushdie Foundation, presenting mementos to our chief guest, as well as garlanding him on behalf of the organizers. Now we have our chief guest, Mr. Y.P. Trivedi, addressing our audience collected here today. Mr. Y.P. Trivedi.
Dr. Zakir Naik, Mr. Rashmi Zaveri, Dr. Mohammed Naik, Dr. Dhanraj Salecha, Chimanlal Vora, and friends. Before I give my introductory speech, I have been told, and I think I would like to repeat and say with great firmness that one of the greatest friend and the greatest enemy of our civilization is the cellular phone. And all those who have got cellular phones, it's a great friend, you know, when you are in absolute necessity, and when you are in a meeting, it's a great enemy. So I would request all those with cellular phones, please switch off the phone and do not disturb, because it disturbs the train of thinking of those who are speaking, on those who are attending and other listening very attentively. Friends, I welcome all the speakers and all of you here to this very healthy debate which is taking place. I believe that this should be the beginning of similar debates which should take place in the times to come. This debate or discussion or the clearing house of mind is probably in the best traditions both of the Hindu civilization as well as of Islam. In our mythology and our history, we have such instances of such debates taking place in the courts of kings like Janak, when people from various shades of thoughts, because Hinduism was never following one particular pattern of thinking. There was Bhakti Marg, there was non-dualism, there was Advait Marg, there was Charvaks who did not believe in any god. So all of them, King Janak used to assemble them, provoking them to debate, not trying to influence anybody, but inviting the thoughts and then leaving the debate to the people at large to make up their own mind. So that was the tradition of our Hindu religion in this land of India. That was also the tradition of Islam. In the immediately succeeding years after the demise of Prophet Muhammad, Islam was a religion, Arabia was the place which was the place of learning, logics, mathematics, astronomy. All this was being discussed, and the great scholars of Arabia imbibed the thought, made inquiries, and transformed that knowledge thereafter to the Western world. According to me, the Renaissance movement in Europe owes its origin to the thinking of these Arab thinkers who were great stalwarts in their own time. We very often associate Arabia with thinking about Arabian Nights. But let me tell you that apart from the strides which they made in the field of fiction and some of the most imaginative fictions, at the same time in the field of science, technology, thinking, logics, mathematics, they made great strides. That is why today also, in spite of all the achievements, the West is still talking about the numerals as the Arabic numerals. And this is how Islam also in those days used to think openly. That tradition has been continued because I believe in the realm of King Akbar. He also used to call people from all religions, even the Christians who came at that time. They landed on the shore of India. They were also called and they were asked to explain what are the tenets of the religion. So this sort of a healthy debate is something which is an absolute necessity for the development of any cultured, civilized and tolerant society. Dr. Vora said that he is neutral. Let me tell him and all of you, I am also neutral. If I would not have been neutral, I would not have been made the chief guest. And I do not wish to desire to make any final comment on the subject. But one school of thought I would like to narrate here, which I read at some place,